Yeah, like everything was done within 10 days, I would say, not 15 also. Within 10 days I was done with everything and I got the job offer.
Okay, that's great. So नमस्कार दोस्तों, मैं ईश्वर, मैं आप सभी का अपने चैनल टेक इन टारगेट पर स्वागत करता हूं। दोस्तों, आज की वीडियो में हमारे साथ है अरियंत, जो कि प्लेस हो चुके हैं री लेवल की साइट से एक बहुत ही अच्छी कंपनी में। और दोस्तों, पहले बता दूं, इन्होंने बैकएंड डेवलपमेंट डोमेन में अप्लाई किया था और इनकी काफी अच्छी जॉब लग चुकी है, जिसका दोस्तों अगर मैं रेंज बताऊं सीटीसी की, तो दोस्तों 10 से 12 एलपी तक का पैकेज दोस्तों इनका लग चुका है। तो मेक श्योर दोस्तों आप इस वीडियो को लास्ट तक जरूर देखिएगा, कि आर्यन इस वीडियो में हर एक चीज बताने वाले हैं कि इन्होंने कैसे अप्लाई किया था और आपको कैसे उसके लिए प्रिपरेशन करनी है। और साथ ही साथ है कमेंट सेक्शन में इनको कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन भी जरूर विश कर दीजिएगा। तो दोस्तों, इस वीडियो को स्टार्ट करते हैं इनके इंट्रोडक्शन के साथ।
So hello everyone, I am Aryan Tabbad. I am from Pid, Maharashtra, and like I am working with one code, and I got this job through Relevel. So like I am very happy to share that I got a job through Relevel, and I like it's a pretty good job, and I started my internship last month, and I'm not passed out yet, so I will be starting my full time work from this year, June 2022.
ओके, दैट्स ग्रेट आर्यन। आर्यन, अब ये बताइए कि आपने मतलब री लेवल में अप्लाई कैसे किया, और फिर उसके बाद आपको टेस्ट लिंक कितने दिन बाद आया? क्योंकि काफी सारे स्टूडेंट बोलते हैं री लेवल में अप्लाई हमने कर दिया, लिंक नहीं आया, प्रिपरेशन कैसे करनी है। तो हर एक चीज इन डिटेल बताइए कि कैसे आपने अप्लाई किया इसमें।
ओके, सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई गॉट टू नो अबाउट रीलेवल। मतलब मेरे को रीलेवल के बारे में थ्रू अ फ्रेंड मालूम पड़ा। मतलब माय फ्रेंड सेड मी लाइक दिस इज अ साइट वेयर यू कैन गो एंड जस्ट टेस्ट योर स्किल्स, एंड इफ यू आर गुड इनफ यू विल गेट प्लेस्ड soon or later. So like okay, I'll give it a try. So on Relevel they have the thing like one day before, now they have updated like 24 hours before you can book a slot for your exam. So like if you go today on their site, you can book a slot for backend development test. And if you the once you are done with the slot booking, you will get like your they are given the test date in prior, like prior only you know what is the date of the exam. So you can check there the date of exam, and it's like it's already booked. They won't send you link and all, like on their site it's booked, and you have to like just book a slot, and on that day you have to give the exam.
ओके, दैट्स ग्रेट। सो अरियन, जैसे ही आपने टेस्ट बुक किया, फिर आपका एग्जाम स्टार्ट होगा, बट उससे पहले आपने उसके लिए प्रिपरेशन कैसे की थी? व्हाट ऑल आर द रिसोर्सेज यू हैव यूज्ड फॉर योर प्रिपरेशन?
एक्चुअली आई एम लाइक आई डू लॉट ऑफ कॉम्पिटिटिव प्रोग्रामिंग, और मतलब ये मतलब एक या दो दिन में नहीं हुआ। मतलब इट टुक अ टाइम ऑफ अबाउट 6 to 7 months. आई यूज्ड टू लाइक practice programming for a lot of time, and then I used to work on like database and a little bit of backend using Django and all. So I got like a glimpse of it through this all projects, and like going through it in like phases, learning in phases. So while coding, I use like in this test, like backend development test, coding is like one of the main challenge you have to face. Like you need to do it well to get like good scores. So for coding, I will suggest that if you are a beginner, you should like try going on HackerRank or HackerEarth, try their beginner level problem statements. After that, you can go to lead code. If once you are done with beginner, you can go to lead code. There you can solve medium level questions. And once you are done with medium level questions, I guess you are like good to go to this exam for coding part. And for backend you can like build some projects, and while project only you can learn the things. I would say that that would be a faster way to learn.
ओके अरियन, सो अरियन ये बताइए कि ये जो आपका टेस्ट था बैकएंड डेवलपमेंट, इसमें टोटल राउंड्स कितने थे, और हर एक राउंड में आपसे क्या क्या पूछा गया? मतलब एक राउंड, वन राउंड, दो राउंड, थ्री, जितने भी राउंड्स हैं आपके।
Yeah, okay, so there were three rounds. First of all, there was round one, which was based on completely pure coding and your computer science fundamentals.
ओके,
So like in round one, there were two sub rounds. First round was the MCQ round of 150 marks, and second round was 150 marks coding round. So in MCQ round, you get 30 MCQs based on like computer science fundamentals like database, graphs, and all data structures and all. And in second round, you get like in like round one, phase two, you get coding questions. There are three coding questions, and coding questions will be like medium level, I would say. Like they would be based on graphs or strings, or like some of them were based on like stacks and all, like data structures. They would test your algorithms and data structures capability, means how are you able to like solve the complex problem, and like how optimizely you write your code. That was the round one. After that, once you cleared that round one, like you need 150 marks in round one to like go for the next round. So once you cleared the round one, then you go to round two. Round two is again divided into two phases. First one is like you have to build a backend. They will give you some starter files, and they'll give you some problem statement, like building some clones of website and all. So you have to do that, and in that it's of 200 marks. After that, once you have built that, you go to round two, phase two, where you have to like optimize the code which you have already written. So in phase one, you have written some backend code, like you have built some website. Now you have to add some more functionality. You have to make it fast. So this is in the round two of that test, like round two of round two. And the last round is like interview round. So it's a 1 hour interview. It will be based on like whatever language you chose, and they will assess all your fundamentals, and like about each and everything about the language you should choose.
ओके सो अरियन ये
Yeah.
बताइए, जैसे आपका जो इंटरव्यू था, इंटरव्यू में आपसे क्या क्या क्वेश्चंस पूछे गए, क्योंकि काफी ज्यादा मेन होता है इंटरव्यू। और जैसे कि आप बता रहे हो कि आपका जो इंटरव्यू था वो टोटल 1 आवर का था, तो उसमें क्या क्या क्वेश्चंस आपसे पूछे गए?
Yeah, actually, like interview was I chose Python as a language. So like they asked me each and everything related to Python. So like they would ask you like data structures in Python, each exception handling, and
Anything
like
you
what
remember, like what type of data structure questions they ask you in Python?
like they asked me to explain different kinds of data structures, and like what are inbuilt data structures like string and all. So they asked me to explain that. Apart from that, they asked me to like, do you know about file handling in Python and exception handling in Python? Apart from it, like they asked me like differences between there are different data structures, so differences between different data structures like list and tuple in Python. Then like yeah, like you can search on Google and like get some questions based on Python. Like they will ask you the like each and everything about the Python only. They won't go like here and there. They'll ask you like oops concepts in Python. That's also important topic. Like oops concepts is like one of the very important, most important topic, I would say.
ओके सो अरियन, आपके अकॉर्डिंग जो इंटरव्यू राउंड था वो इजी था, डिफिकल्ट था, आप क्या बोलोगे?
I would say like if you are like known about the programming language, then it would be like medium level, or I would say easy or medium level.
ओके ओके। अरे ये बताइए कि जैसे कि जिस दिन आपने अप्लाई किया तो उसके कितने दिन बाद आप सेलेक्ट हो गए, मतलब टोटल कितना टाइम लगा री लेवल से कि आपको सिलेक्शन होने में?
Yeah, I think that's the great part, because I got selected under I would say 15 days or so.
ओके दैट्स ग्रेट, मीन 15 डेज के अंदर आपको जॉब लग गई, मतलब आपका सिलेक्शन
Yeah,
प्रोसीजर, इंटरव्यू सब कुछ हो गया।
yeah, like everything was done within 10 days, I would say, not 15 also. Within 10 days I was done with everything, and I got the job offer.
ओके दैट्स ग्रेट। सो अरियन, तब लाइक वीडियो को एंड करने से पहले बस आप बस ये बता दीजिए, क्योंकि काफी सारे फ्रेशर्स डी लेवल में अप्लाई कर रहे हैं, दे वांट टू नो कि सर अगर हम बैकएंड के लिए अप्लाई कर रहे हैं तो कौन कौन सी रिसोर्सेज हमें यूज करनी चाहिए, नॉट ओनली फॉर कोडिंग बट अदर लाइक एमसीक्यू पार्ट, प्रोजेक्ट पार्ट, किन किन चीजों पर उनको फोकस करना चाहिए और कैसे उनको प्रिपेयर करना चाहिए?
So like for MCQs, what they can do is like study a bit about operating systems, like what are the main concepts in that subject. Then about database management system, what are the main topics, and you can go on Google and search it for like MCQs based on operating system or based on database, and it will give you a lot of questions. And like once you are like, you just have to like go through it once, and like try to not try to remember, but just try to see what's the logic behind it. And once you are done with that for backend, I would say like first of all, start building some small projects like a to-do list in Python with Django. So you can go and search on Google, you can like try it out, and you can watch some YouTube videos as well. Like for Python, I watched Telusco. There is a channel named Telusco, and I watched a lot of videos of him to learn Python in beginning and all.
ओके दैट्स ग्रेट। एंड इंटरव्यू के लिए क्या फोकस करना चाहिए स्टूडेंट्स को?
Interview ke liye, like they have to focus on like the language which is they chose. If you go on Google and type in like interview questions based on Python, so you'll get like about 50 to 100 questions based on Python. And like I think that are enough. Like if you are like have knowledge of Python, and if they give you some minor pseudocode, or say like a little bit of piece of code in your like interview, and if they ask you to explain what's it's doing, then you should be able to do that. Like you should know the basics of language, and you should know how it's working, how it's like what would be the output of that code and all. You should be knowing that as well.
Okay, that's great, Aryan. So first of all,
Yeah.
thank you so much for sharing your whole experience on our channel. And ये जो मीन्स जो भी ये वीडियो देख रहा है व्यूअर सब्सक्राइबर्स, मेरी एक रिक्वेस्ट है, अगर आपको भी 10 डेज के अंदर जॉब चाहिए तो री लेवल में जरूर अप्लाई करिएगा. इसका लिंक आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन में मिल जाएगा. अरियन ने ऑलरेडी सब कुछ बता दिया है कि कैसे आपको प्रिपरेशन करनी है, क्या क्या सिलेक्शन प्रोसीजर रहने वाला है. तो मेक श्योर दोस्तों आप इसमें जरूर अप्लाई करिएगा. इसका लिंक आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन में मिल जाएगा. एंड वंस अगेन थैंक यू सो मच Aryan for sharing your whole experience.
Yeah, welcome.